Hey, I'm Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show. Coming up in today's show, the big interview is with Jockey Billy Lee. First up, though, the top stories in Limerick, and Gardaí in Limerick are appealing to you to look after your mental health. There's more information up on our website right now, limerickpost.ie. Next up, and on Wednesday, the world's largest aircraft landed into Shannon Airport delivering PPE. And Cian went along and spoke to Mary Constein all about it.
We're delighted. We're delighted to play our part, and we've stayed open here to ensure that we can facilitate cargo coming in like this with vital PPE equipment for the health services. And we've also stayed open, to keep that vital supply chain going. And today, to see the largest aircraft in the world, the Antonov 225 coming in, it's brilliant. And it's great excitement around the place because it's been a very tough time for aviation. And you'll see when you were driving in here today, we've nearly 70 aircraft parked up here. So it's been a very difficult time for aviation. So to see a bit of good news today is welcome. And you'll see the crowds out to welcome it. So.
And the largest runway in Ireland, so this is the only place this could have happened on the islands.
Absolutely. We have 3.2 kilometre runway here in Shannon. It's something we're very proud of. We have fantastic infrastructure and we love to see it used. And the more aircraft like this that we have coming in, the better.
Now to our Out and About section, and on Monday we headed over to the University of Limerick where the sports arena has been transformed into a makeshift hospital. We spoke to Professor Burke all about it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the CEO of UL Hospitals Group and the President of the University of Limerick, I would like to welcome you here today for the opening of the UL Hospitals Intermediate Care Facility here in the UL Arena. My name is Paul Burke. I'm the Chief Academic Officer between the Hospital Group and UL, and I'm also the executive lead for this project, ably assisted by the project manager, Ms. Breda Duggan. The development of the Intermediate Care Facility arose out of an initiative by the University President, Dr. Des Fitzgerald, at the beginning of last March, when he discussed with the hospital group if we would wish to consider using the arena as a possible field hospital in the event that the hospital system would become overrun with demand, similar to what we were witnessing in Italy and Spain, and based on the apparent success of the temporary hospital structure that had been put in place in Wuhan.
4 rooms here, I'll just point them out to you here. They are the isolation rooms for people if they came to the facility and it turned out that they had an infection and we were worried about them, we wanted to separate them from other patients. Or indeed if someone came here and they became unwell and maybe they were elderly or whatever, and we felt that it was not appropriate to send them back to the main hospital, and we would bring them in and bring their family in there as well, if needs be.
How many beds do you say are in this facility?
There are a total of 68 fully equipped, and we have capacity for another 16 to be equipped to bring it up to 84 beds.
And you said 25 patients will be coming in this week?
We hope so, yeah.
And what sort of cases are they?
These will be patients who are recovered from their medical illness, who are considered fit for discharge, but before going home would benefit from rehabilitation, rehabilitation, or maybe they are medically fit for discharge, but their social circumstances prevents them going home, or they are deemed to be suitable to go to a nursing home, and then their whole financial package, etc., with fair deal, etc., is taking some time to sort out, and so they would be brought here as well in that situation.
Who will be staffing this facility?
The staff will be experienced staff, nursing staff and medical staff from the hospital, and they'll be supported by allied health professionals from the hospital, who in turn are being supported by some teaching staff from UL along with their students, and then also we have healthcare assistants coming who are being employed here, and a lot of the people who volunteered for that through the call for Ireland, etc., are medical students and nursing students who were interested in coming to work here. Flow into the system down at the end there, the ambulance will be coming this way, and the patients will be brought initially into that clinical room 1, where all their work will be checked, and then they will be processed and brought to their bed. The nursing stations here, as you see them, they are facilitated so that the patients, you can look at 2 groups of patients. You can see each of these is 8, and there's a similar nursing station at the other side. So clearly, standing here, you can easily see the first 4 patients on each side. So this group here can easily look at 8 patients. Similarly, down the other end, they can look at the other 8, and we have both sides. We also put in this additional partition, so when you're sitting, in your chair behind that partition, you have relative privacy. And we have some additional screens then, mobile screens, when needed. The computer system here is linked to the main hospital system, and obviously we have printers and things for paper, all the paperwork that comes with the patients. Their own hospital notes, etc., come with them from the main hospital. Down here along the side, you have the pharmacy room, and then you have the clean linen rooms and the dirty linen rooms. And then the catering, there's a canteen, all the catering then is brought in through this door here. The meals are ready made, hot and brought in, and then they're distributed from here to the wards.
Professor, great news over Limerick, 4 days, no new cases.
Yes. We're very pleased at that, and we're keeping our fingers crossed going forward. But as the Minister for Health said yesterday, that of the recent cases, there was an average of 4 or 5 close contacts with relation to them, whereas 2 weeks ago it was down to 2 or 3. So we are just a little bit worried about people's behaviour. Yeah. That we really have to continue to focus on social distancing and the wearing of masks.
Welcome to Limerick Post Show with me, Meghann Scully, and delighted now to be joined by Limerick Jockey Billy Lee. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Meghann. Yeah, great. No.
I mean, it must be kind of an exciting time for you because the horse racing is back on. It's the first probably sport that we're going to see back on our TV screens. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, excited to get back now. It's been a long few weeks since we went into lockdown, so just eager to get going, I suppose, now and get to work,
What's it going to be like, do you think, now, not having the crowds there initially?
I suppose it will be a bit strange starting out. It's something probably we will get used to, saying that the bigger meetings, the Guineas weekend coming up now and the Derby and then Galway Festival as well. Having no crowds at them is going to be probably just take away from it a small bit, but at the same time, hopefully it's great racing.
I think so many people are going to be tuning in. I think even people who aren't, who don't maybe follow horse racing religiously like others, will still tune in because I think people are just dying for some sort of sport to be on our TV screens.
That's it. Yeah, they're a bit starved of any action at all, of entertainment, and yeah, look, and hopefully it all goes very smoothly, and that we can showcase our sport in a good light.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Galway there. I'm originally from Galway myself, so the Galway race is a huge date in the calendar. Do you think, I wonder if things start to go better with the whole COVID situation, I wonder, is there a chance that they could even let a small amount of spectators in? Because Galway, I guess, it's become such a massive festival, and draws such huge crowds. And I think that finish line along the grandstand is just like the noise when you're coming down there.
Yeah, exactly. I suppose the fact that they've already confirmed it'll be behind closed doors, it wouldn't look good, but it's huge for the city, and you know yourself, the crowds will be there. It's great crack for the week, and just unfortunately, I'd say it won't happen this year, but hopefully back to normal next year.
I know, we can't wait for it. Now, I suppose I have to talk about the horses. I think people who aren't into horses and don't know about horse racing as much, they kind of forget that these are professional athletes. They are in a training program. They're working towards these big races. How do you look after a horse during lockdown, and kind of when you didn't really initially know when you're going to have a start date? Yeah,
I suppose a lot of trainers just went back to basics, and kept their horses exercise, but nothing too serious, and just kept them ticking over as best they could. Yourself, you don't ride a horse out, they'll come too fresh, and they'll end up probably doing something stupid and getting themselves an injury or something. So they just had to finally balance that they were doing enough but not overdoing it either, not to boil over the horse or like that for too soon, and get them to the races in good nick. And luckily enough, the trainers I've been with, seem to have got that right.
Yeah, I suppose, because it's even for the horses themselves, they know it's getting hotter, they know it's summer season, they're probably like, what is going on? Why aren't we out there racing? Because they love it just as much as you guys do.
They do, exactly. And, a good horse always knows that they are good, they're a very smart animal that way, and some horses are ultra competitive, and that shows on the racetrack too. And you could have a horse there that's very good at home and doesn't show that at the track. He just hadn't the heart that some other horse with maybe a little less talent has, and they're no different to human athletes in that respect.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible, I have to say. And what about yourself then? What's it been like for you trying to kind of get ready for racing? Is again having lockdown, then not knowing when it was going to come back, and now it's kind of like, okay, we're going back, we're starting off soon, and to get everything back and I suppose be fit enough as well for it.
Yeah, exactly. I've been lucky enough that I've been able to just go to trainers a little bit while, when I first came out, I was able to tip away 2 or 3 days a week, and we have a couple of horses at home, so I was able to keep fit that way, and we have a farm and everything. So I had plenty of work on in the evenings anyway. There was no break from. And just lately, then I've been extremely busy now for the last 2 weeks, probably 2 to 3 weeks. There, everyone is gearing their horses back up again to full fitness, and they want them ready for running. And I've been extremely busy now for the last 3 weeks, so that's built my fitness up without really knowing it either. And I do a bit of running then in the evening, and bit of strength and conditioning, a small bit of that, just to keep fit more or less, and that has my fitness in good way.
Literally going to be hitting the ground running in a few days. Billy, I have to ask this now because, you're no stranger to competition. I did see that video and I had to have a watch again before we had this interview. The Castletown Donkey Derby made viral because, I suppose, of social media and YouTube a couple of years ago again. Like that, I love it so much. Can you bring us back to that moment?
It's been, it's a good while ago now.
94 it was.
94, I think I was 8 at the time, but they were great days. We used to love going up to Castletown those couple of days there between around August 15th, and they were great days. And sorry, there, no, the phone's ringing.
You're right.
They were great days, and we used to love them. And just the fact that was made, at the time, everyone having a good laugh, but no one had thought down the road that this had become nearly one of the biggest viral videos in Ireland. So, look, it was all in good spirits, and it was a good laugh.
As he said himself, he was like, your donkey was not going to pass out that donkey at the start. He
had other things in his mind, as he said. Yeah.
Oh, it was such a fun video, and I have to say, like, donkey derbies are great crack, and you don't see them as much anymore, but like, they're such a great little festival.
They are, that's it. And that festival around in Castletown was nearly centred around the Donkey Derby. Like they were popular back then. Unfortunately, they died out a bit, and it's taken away from it. But they were a great thing in the past.
Like, did you always know you wanted to be a jockey? Like, or like, was it the Donkey Derby that you were like, right, actually I like this, or how did it all come about?
Oh no, I was riding well before that, riding ponies and that. So I was always messing around with my ponies at home. We always had horses as well. So, and parents used to take me point to point and that. So from a very young age, I was very keen, and even going through school, I had much interest in school. Now I used to be there, all right, but in body, but not in spirit. Really, I was just always keen to be race riding and become a jockey and do everything towards becoming a jockey. So that's all that was in my brain,
I have to say, the point to points that you mentioned there, like, are so much fun as well. You can't beat a good day at the point to point.
No, exactly. We used to love it, and even a bad winter's day seemed like great crack, and going off in the lorry or the horse box there, that used to be great crack.
Oh, I know. I'd plenty of those at 4 and 5 a.m. wake-up calls to get ponies and horses ready to go to cross-country courses, to point to points, and long days on the road. But you know what? Always great days out.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't spot them for anything, to be honest. And there's no better feeling. Even going, I've done a bit of cross-country myself, and there's no better feeling than that, tipping around on a big course and tipping on. So, they were great days, and they're all, I'd like to think they all helped me along the way and helped me to become the rider who I am today.
So, Billy Lee, do tell us, when is your first race now coming up?
Yeah, it's coming on Monday now in Naas, so looking forward to it. Hopefully, I have a good book of rides. I think I nearly have a full card at the moment, all going well, and hopefully that we get back without a hitch. The 10 meetings that were ran behind closed doors before lockdown went extremely well, and there's going to be tougher protocols, and we have to fill out a form now every day. I think 48 hours before we go race, and I'd like for Monday now we have to fill out a form on Saturday before 6 o'clock to say, and we have to start to get a clearance that we can go on to the track, and then they'll scan us in, and we have to go through heat detectors to see if we have a temperature and like that. So it's going to be strict, and but all for the good, and is to show people that we're doing everything in our power to keep it good and keep it right.
Well, I know as a spectator myself, I can't wait till they let us back in. But for now, we're going to have to watch you on TV and online.
That's it, yeah. I suppose, look, it's going to make racing popular that way. I suppose there will be more spotlight. As you said, it's going to be the first sport back, and there's going to be more spotlight and maybe a bit more scrutiny, maybe not. In Ireland, there's always a good racing folk, so I think it'll be well received.
Yeah, absolutely. Billy Lee, thank you so much for chatting to us on the Limerick Post Show. Best of luck on Monday. We'll be cheering you on, and as I said, we can't wait to all be there cheering you on from right beside the racetrack.
Thanks, Meghann. Thank you.
For these stories and so much more, head over to limerickpost.ie/show. I'm Meghann Scully. This is the Limerick Post Show, keeping Limerick posted.